Hey everyone, it's Nicole here, and I am back with another video. And today I'm actually going to be talking about the top 5 shows you should be watching on Netflix that are starring and led by some kick-ass, badass women. So if you're interested in those shows, make sure that you stick around and stay tuned. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications so you don't miss any new videos from me. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump right on in. Alright everyone, so in no particular order, we're going to go ahead and jump into the top 5 shows that you should be watching with some kick-ass women. And I'm going to start it off with Jessica Jones. Jessica Jones is a Marvel superhero, and she's kind of on the darker side, but she's connected to Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Daredevil because she's also a Defender. So if you've been watching any of those standalone shows, or if you watch the Defender shows, then you're pretty much aware of who Jessica Jones is. But if you haven't been, just know that she is real badass. Like, she's pretty badass. So the second season picks up after she has killed the Purple Man, which is her main enemy in season 1, and we're pretty much just following her life as she continues to live in New York. She struggles with PTSD, and then I'm not really going to call her an alcoholic, but she depends heavily on alcohol to kind of like drown out those voices and those thoughts that she's having. If just to give you some backstory, the Purple Man is her main enemy in the comics and in season 1, and he is someone who has the power to persuade you to do like everything and anything. And so he pretty much kidnaps her and holds her hostage because he's convinced her that she's in love with him. Now we're in season 2. Season 2 gives us a lot more backstory on her. We learn about the name Alias, which is the name of her private eye detective business. We learned a lot about Patsy and their history as best friends slash sisters. You know, girls call each other sisters, whatever. Okay. So we learn a whole lot about that. We learn about Jessica's family. Of course, we're introduced to a new villain of this season, which is pretty dope once it all kind of like unfolds. So Jessica Jones, like I said, she's real badass, really dope. And she's really loving and caring, but she tries to be really hard because she's just kind of suffered through a lot of things. But she barrels through and she toughs it out, and she's just always there, especially for Patsy, who is her sister slash best friend. I will say that, like I said, she's from the darker side of Marvel, so it's a little dry. It's not as like gum poppy comic bookish. And so some places and eras it's a little hard to get through, but don't give up on either season. Make sure that you finish the season, and make sure that you just watch it all the way through. You're going to be happy that you did at the end. Each season has about 13 episodes, and each episode ranges from about 45 minutes to about 53. It is my favorite in that universe currently. Like, I just think they do a really good job with her story, and just kind of telling it and just taking us on her journey. All right, so the next show that I think that you should be watching is On My Block, which also came out in March, and it's just like, you guys, this show is just so adorable. Like, if you're a fan of like Degrassi, but we're talking about old Degrassi, we're talking about Drake in the wheelchair, you know, and his relationship with Ashley. We're talking Paige, we're talking Marco, we're talking Craig, Manny, Emma. Okay, if you are a fan of Degrassi, you will truly enjoy On My Block. On My Block is following the life of 4 teens who are getting ready to start high school, and if you remember what that was like, it wasn't fun. Okay. Yeah, it's just following their life as they go through life. They're getting ready to go through high school. And then, did I mention that they live in South Central? Okay, so just kind of put your mind together of all the things that could be possibly going on in this series. The friends, it's like I said, it's 4 friends, and they're led by Monse, who is so beautiful, you guys, and she really brought her character to life. Like, I just thought she was really dope. Monse, being the only woman in the group, she clearly, okay, is the lead of the pack. She's always kind of telling them what to do, instructing them, and coming up with these plans and things to do. And although she's not always right, she really does care about the other guys in the group and just making sure that their friendship lasts and you know, they can stay together forever. Because, you know, when you're friends and you're young, isn't that the plan, for us to stay together forever and to just love each other and go through life? Isn't that the plan? Like I said, this show is adorable, and there's some areas in the show where it's like, this is a little cheesy, a little gumball-y, but overall I thought it was a really, really good show. I thought the writing was awesome in it. They kept me engaged and involved. I actually watched this show like while I was at work. And I'm telling you, when you get to that last episode, you're going to be like, just have some tissue. Have some tissue ready. Prepare for some curse words to come out. Like, it's, you guys, it was just so, so good. Season 1 is out now. It came out in March. There's 10 episodes and they're only 30 minutes. So I promise you, you're going to get through the season in like no time, which is kind of annoying because then you got to wait for season 2, which I just really hope that it comes back. Now into our next show, we have the show 7 Seconds. You've probably been hearing about 7 Seconds like everywhere. The show explodes with racial tension in the very beginning, when a young black boy is actually hit by a white officer and they proceed to kind of like cover it up. Well, it's not even a kinda, that's what they do. They cover it up. And so we pretty much just explore this whole case and how it all unfolds. He ends up passing away a few days later, and Regina King plays his relentless mother, who just knows, like, in her gut, like, this is not gonna go down like this. Like, there's more information that's out there. There's something else to this story. Like, I just know. And so we just follow the journey of how this story unfolds, them going to court. Then we find out about cover-ups and drugs, and it's really, really intense, but it's so good and so powerful. It's not for the lighthearted. I'm telling you, it's going to stir up some feelings and emotions, no matter what side of the fence you're on, no matter who you think was right, wrong, or indifferent, even though there was only one right side. Again, it's another show. You need to have your tissue nearby. You might curse a little bit, you might throw some books, you might kick some things over. Like, it's hard hitting, it's heavy, it's intense. And like I said, it's just not for the lighthearted. So again, if you're looking for a show with a badass woman, Regina King, like I said, is relentless. And more than anything, she's a mother. And she really like amplifies her character. She gives you all of that. She gives you everything with this character. It has 1 season with 10 hard-hitting, heavy episodes. So tune into that, and I promise you, you'll love it. Next show on our list is the Santa Clarita Diet. Again, another actress that cannot do any wrong, in my opinion, is Drew Barrymore. You guys, Drew Barrymore has been in this game for so long, and she has now brought her work over to Netflix with the Santa Clarita Diet, and the show is just crazy. Like, it's a crazy, amazing show. Now the Santa Clarita Diet, she actually ends up turning into a zombie. Still trying to figure out how or why that happened, but like most zombies, she ends up craving human flesh. Like, I mean, that's what zombies want, right? Right. And so we're just following her life as this story unfolds and she becomes a zombie. And of course, you want to probably keep that a secret. You know, I'm pretty sure you don't want the neighbors to know that you're out here eating or lurking for human flesh, right? That's kind of, nobody wants that to happen. And again, like I said, it's just starring Drew Barrymore, who we know is funny and hilarious, just awesome, so sweet. Like, I just really feel like Drew Barrymore is probably like the sweetest person on earth. Like, I really do. Like, I don't know, I just really like Drew Barrymore. And she's also an executive producer on the show, so that's even more awesome. So it can be a little gruesome in some places, which is what was a problem in the first season. Some people felt like it was a little too gruesome, but I mean, she's a zombie. Like, if you can watch The Walking Dead, you can watch this. Like, I mean, it's more funnier. It's not as like intense. So in my opinion, it's probably not even that deep, but whatever. You can't please everybody. There are actually 2 seasons out now. The second season just came out in March, and I think like the first season might have like 10 episodes, and then I think this season might only have like 7. I can't remember. Either way, you got about 7 to 20 episodes. So if you haven't watched season 1, again, just like Jessica Jones, you have another season to binge watch. All right. And then lastly, we have the limited series Collateral. Now, Collateral is, again, another hard-hitting drama that can get a little intense. But the great thing about it is that it's only 4 episodes. Woo! So again, this is a limited series that takes place in London, and it's following the murder of a pizza man. Like, he was delivering some pizza. He was like, oh, thanks, right? He's walking out the door and it's like, pow, 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 pow. Literally, y'all, that's how it happened. Like, it was crazy. Like, when it happened, I was like, I was shocked to see my face. Anyways, the lead inspector is Kip Glaspie, and she refuses to believe that this was just like a random act. Like, who's just out here shooting the pizza man, right? Like, who's just out here shooting the pizza man? You didn't steal the pizza, you didn't take no change, no nothing. You just shot him and you just left. Right. So she refuses to believe that this is like a random murder. So she really just goes on trying to figure out what happened and why it happened. And in the midst of it, there's like this whole web of lies that begins to unfold. It involves like human trafficking and spies and drugs and just like all this stuff. And somehow the pizza man was involved. Right. Now I know why I never wanted to deliver pizza. Just saying. The lead actress who plays Kip Glaspie is actually played by Carrie, who we know and love from the movie Great Gatsby. And again, she's just like really badass. Another one, because she's relentless. She does not give up. She knows that there's something deeper and darker in the situation. And while everybody's just like, oh, it's random, don't worry about it, let it go. There's a lot of lies being told, a lot of cover up, a lot of people who are involved. Like, she does not give up like most women do. And she works really hard to get down to the bottom of the case. Now, without giving you a lot of details and information, that's really all that I can say that she does. But just know that she is the reason why we learn everything and why everything begins to unfold. But in the midst of the show, too, you're actually seeing a lot of things that women tend to deal with, like in the military, in the workplace. Like, it's a lot of things that we get to see in the whole limited series. Like, it's 4 episodes, but it's intense from the beginning to the end. And then of course there's a little part where you might be like, okay, I just want to get to the end. Don't give up on the show. It's so bomb. It's so good. Like, I promise you're going to love it. And then of course it's only 4 episodes. Like, y'all, you can't go wrong with 4 episodes, right? Okay, so all right, guys, so that's all I have for you today. If you are interested in these shows, make sure that you tune into them. You got Jessica Jones, you have Collateral, you have On My Block, you have 7 Seconds, and you have the Santa Clarita Diet. That's a comedy, that's a drama, that's a dramedy, which is a comma and a dramedy mixed together. A comedy and a drama mixed together. And then, like, you can't go wrong. You have things to last you for weeks now if you have not tuned into any of these shows. So make sure that you do, because those women are badass and they'll make you feel badass too. Give me some comments below. Let me know if you've watched them. Let me know if you'll be watching them when they come on again. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Either way, I know that you're watching and I love you for doing so. All right, everyone. Until next time, bye.